All right, so this is my other mid-power deck. It's the counterpart to Thrasios and Crom, the silly Helix Pinnacle deck. This is Brallin and Shabraz. I never thought I'd have fun playing Jeskai, but wow, real good stuff. I haven't had many chances I haven't had many chances to test this deck yet, but I have a pretty good feeling about it. Unlike a lot of other decks, apparently, I'm focusing more on Shabraz instead of Brallin. Brallin, Brody. Because I'm trying to focus on wheels and just drawing lots of extra cards more than discarding. So, let's jump right in. I am only running a few monsters, and some of these are flex slots. Running Jace's Archivist because it's a walking windfall, and I think it should be an auto-include. Kozilek for shuffles. Kaikar, because this deck casts a lot of non-creature spells, and this card just really gets out of hand. Nezahal is kind of one of those flex ones. I figured it's kind of a mid-power deck. I can run some big, beefy cards. Speaking of that, Div Mizzet Perun. Not sure if I'm going to be able to keep that in. We'll have to see. That Devotion is really hard when I'm not running the kind of mana that I'm running in other decks. And the Locust God. Again, those last three are definitely flex slots, so if I find cards that I want to add in, I'll probably take them out. Let's see, I'm running a pretty hefty chunk of artifacts, mostly rocks, so Arcane Signet, Zoria's Signet, Boros Signet, Felwar Stone, not amazing, but, it'll work, and I'm in Jeskai, and my options are kind of limited. Gilded Lotus, Izzet Signet, Lightning Gravy, Soul Ring, Soul Guide Lantern, just such a good card. Talisman of Conviction, Creativity, Progress, Teferi's Puzzle Box, of course. The more I draw, the bigger Shabraz gets. Speaking of that, Well of Lost Dreams, whenever I draw a card, I put a +1/+1 counter on Shabraz and gain 1 life. This says whenever I gain life, I can pay X, where X is less than or equal to the amount of life gained, and draw X cards. So if I have excessive mana, I just keep drawing and keep drawing. And then Wayfarer's Bauble. Again, options are kind of limited in mid-power Jeskai. As you've seen from my other videos, I am very much a Simic guy. I like green. So yeah. Are these in order? Yep, okay. That was missing an enchantment. Onto my enchantments. Speaking of Jeskai Ascendancy. Just more draw power. Yeah, makes things beefy too. Ominous Seas, because why not throw 9 or 8 8s at people when you can? Rhystic Study, duh. Shark Typhoon, because also duh. I have so many non-creature spells, it's just not even funny. I am not running Metallurgic Summonings, because that one specifically says instants or sorceries, and while I do run a lot of those, Shark Typhoon is just more reliable, even though it costs 1 more. The Sorcerer class is probably going to come out. I just don't know what to put in. Fairy's Ageless Insight, Whirlwind of Thought, and Wizard class. So, lots and lots of draw power. Now we're on to the instant spells. Again, pretty good chunk. So it's a very solid chunk of my deck. Arcane Denial. I've probably mentioned it in other videos. I am not a fan of that card, but I do get to draw a card and beef up Shabraz, and it's a mid-power deck, whatever. Boros Charm. Counterspell. Oh, yeah. Someone just gave me that altar. Okay, cool. Let's see, that's 3 counterspells so far. Cyclonic Rift. 4th one, Disallow. 5th one, Disdainful Stroke. Disenchant. 6th one, Dispel. I am running a lot of counterspells. 7th is Dovin's Veto. I'm kind of counting Boros Charm as one. Sort of. Enlightened Tutor. Frantic Search. Elephant in the Room. Impulse. Bolt. Negate. Opt. Pongify. Rapid Hybridization. Gotta get that creature removal in there. Reality Shift. Resculpt. Stubborn Denial. Can't really activate it immediately, but once I've drawn a single card, while I have Shabraz out, this becomes extremely powerful, so I figured it's worth a shot. Swan Song. Swords to Plowshares. Turn Aside. Don't target my big shark. And Wear and Tear. I'm actually curious about how many counter spells I'm running, because I kind of forgot. Let's see. Including Boros Charm, because it sort of is in a way. Because the whole indestructible thing. You know what? Let's exclude that, because it's not really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. 10, excluding Boros Charm. That seems to be my number. I just really like 10. Although, one of the decks I'm going to be making a video for later, as you can see here, I think has 12? We'll have to see. Sorceries, not as many. Careful Study. Faithless Looting? I think that one's the Faithless Looting. Yeah, Faithless Looting. Probe. Ponder. Preordain. Those cantrips are not counted as draw power. Just really trying to dig and keep making Shabraz get bigger. Those were words. Reforge the Soul. Serum Visions. Got one of those Secret Lair ones. I bought them into that set. Sleight of Hand. Supreme Verdict. A Proxied Wheel of Fortune. I do have one in another deck. I'm not going to get a second one, so this is just a piece of paper over another card. So I need to find a better looking proxy, but I own one, so shut up. And Windfall. Lastly, we'll go on to the lands. Darkgar Wastes. Ash Barrens. Battlefield Forge. Cascade Bluffs. Celestial Colonnade, whatever. Whatever. Mid-power deck, I can run stuff. Cephalid Coliseum. Command Tower. Fiery Islet. Hallowed Fountain. Yeah, wow. Hingegate Pathway, and whatever the other side is. Am I really running 6? Wow. Yeah, 6 water energy cards. I need to get one more foil. 2 mountains. Mystic Gate. Mystic Monastery. Needleverge. 2 plains. Rogran Triome. That is the right one, right? Yes, Rogran Triome. Riverglide Pathway. Rugged Prairie. Sacred Foundry. Sea of Clues. Heaven Wraith. Spectator Seating. Steam Vents. Sunbaked Canyon, and Training Center. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm considering adding Curiosity back in. Probably can just drop Sorcerer class right for that. There is an infinite with it, technically. with if I have more than 8 cards in hand and no way to have a maximum hand size, or no way, and my maximum hand size is still 7, I can go infinite with Brallin on board and Curiosity, but that's the only reason I'm hesitating, because like I don't really want infinites in mid-power necessarily, but there has to be a way to end the game. And besides, just putting it on Shabraz is just extreme value. You know, deal damage. Oh, look, I'm going to draw a card and get even beefier. So, yeah, that's Brallin and Shabraz, or Brabraz as I like to call them.